we're gonna do broccoli today, but this could be for really anything that you're going to steam, whether, you know, it's carrots, corn, green beans. The cutting board, whether you put a damp towel or these are disposable towels, you want something that's gonna secure this to the table, and you'll notice like it won't slide like this. And that's important for safety. We've washed the broccoli that we're gonna do today. It's in a colander so that water can drain. Just keep it to the side until you're ready for it. You really wanna get that excess water off of it. We steam in perforated pans. 2-inch perforated pans, 4-inch perforated pans really work best. Anything deeper than that, it's gonna be hard for that air to circulate to the center, and you're gonna over steam and overcook the exterior before the center part of your vegetables are steamed. So I have a couple of perforated pans, and then you're able to prep the vegetable. It's in the pan you're gonna cook it in and ready to be batched, because when you're steaming fresh vegetables, 3 to 5 minutes is all the cooking time that you need, which is also great because you can batch it in a short amount of time and have those fresh vegetables available. With the broccoli, once you take it out of the case and you wash it, do not put it back into the case. You're just gonna recontaminate it. You wanna make sure that you're protecting this great vegetable that you've now cleaned. Inspect it. Sometimes you'll have, you know, a couple places that are brown that, you know, aren't really ideal. One of the first things that I do is kind of, if I see anything like that, I'm gonna cut that away. Or any of these little leaves, I'm going to set off to the side because that's not gonna be a part of the vegetable. Now, broccoli, you know, a lot of times, especially on the outside pieces, and your hand is your best kitchen tool. A nice washed hand with gloves, you know, does a lot of your work and saves you from washing a lot of dishes. So on the exterior, you can kind of break off your florets. And then as you get to the center, it can get a little tougher to really get your fingers around these. So then with your nice, sharp, clean knife, we're just gonna cut away at this stem, put that off to the side, and then I can continue just breaking this into pieces and then cut this. Now, one thing that's important to note, if I just put this in the steamer pan, we've got really inconsistent sizes. This is gonna take a lot longer to steam than this. Anytime you're dealing with something from nature, it's not gonna be completely uniform, but you want them to be similar sizes. So, any pieces that are larger, I can just cut down so that they are a bit more uniform. The other thing you want to consider is that when we have school lunch, we're not giving them knives to cut their food down. So you also want nice bite sizes that are easy to eat with a plastic fork or a plastic spoon. I would prep your steamed vegetables, depending on the quantity, the day of so they don't dry out. If you had a large amount that you wanted to go ahead and prep, you could absolutely go ahead and go through this step. Just put it in a hotel pan that's solid, wrap it with plastic, label and date, and then the day of production, you transfer it to these pans and it's ready for service. We don't season before we steam. If you season before you steam, as you know, a steamer is a moist cooking method. It's just gonna wash off and make our steamer dirty. Once we steam, and again, 3 to 5 minutes. You know, green beans, I typically 2.5, 3 minutes in the steamer. Broccoli, 3 to 4 minutes in the steamer. corn, fresh corn, that's gonna be more your 5 minutes. If it's corn on like the cob, yeah, that might be 5 or 6 minutes. But steaming method is a quick cooking method. When it comes out of the steamer, then we'll transfer it to the pan that we're gonna serve it in, or the pan that then we're gonna poach it from. And then we can add anything that the recipe is calling for, our salt, our pepper, if we're adding garlic, any spices, any butter buds or oil. Taste it. Tasting is important. You want to ensure that the seasoning is evenly distributed and that it's cooked nicely. When it comes out of the steamer, it should still have a bit of a bite to it. They call that al dente, where it's just kind of tender to the tooth. Because also, as you hold it for service, you'll have a little bit of continued cooking going on. That's gonna ensure that it doesn't get brown, it doesn't get mushy. And I would suggest batching fresh vegetables every 20 to 25 minutes. After about 20 to 25 minutes on your hot serving line, you're gonna be ready to discard any that's left and put out a new serving. So base your batches on about how much you're gonna serve in that length of time.